Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to one and all for the Option Omega program, India's largest retail traders options conference. Today is the second day of the event, friends. Yesterday we had a very exciting session by Mr. Santosh Pasi. Today we have an interesting speaker. So this lady comes from the family of option traders. Is that right, Tina?
Can say.
Yeah, so she spoke a lot about her background before while people were joining. So definitely she would give a quick introduction about herself in a detailed manner in the subsequent slides. So let me give you a quick overview. She has close to about 14 years of experience in the F&O market. She's an expert in option strategies. She comes from Quantsap. She's a vice president there. From a financial person, she has moved to the technical world. She worked in Motilal Oswal HSBC Direct Investment, and she has been an advisor to many ultra HNI clients also. Well, friends, on behalf of every one of you, I extend my warm welcome to Tina into this event. Tina, thank you so much for being with us today. Welcome to the session.
Thank you,
So
Ashok.
we look forward for an interesting and a very educated session from you today. Thank you very much. The stage is yours.
Thanks, Atan Ashokji, for giving this platform. I love to speak to the option traders because that's where I see that there is something common which is connecting us. So option, if you look at, it's one of the most beautiful product we have in the financial market because it gives you all the liberty to decide your fortune. So at one place, it could be having a huge cost if you don't take it properly. At other stage, it could be minting you money if you handle it properly. So today, I'm going to talk about the cup strategy. So in concept, basically, we have this habit of abbreviating. So by the end of the session, you will realize what actually CUP means. So let's begin. Giving a short brief, as Ashokji told. So giving a short thing, MMS student, did my finance from Dalmia Stock Management, Mumbai, from where I got passionate about the derivative, thanks to the professor who has really been the pillar in creating the foundation. So 14 years of experience in F&O market. So this is the only thing which I know. Rest, everything is the residual part. But from 14 years, I've done only futures and option. So coming to the options, have done almost most of the stuff, but it's a B portion. So I'm learning every day, a completely different world altogether. So now I'm a vice president in Consap. So Consap is an option analytical firm. So it really drives us. We are being a passionate people who trade the option, who feels the option is the best thing to happen to. So at Concept, we develop new products, new option trading tools, which can facilitate the retail traders to take the proper decision for their trading. So that's where our target is. Like we want to get that edge in trading because today most of the data is viewed by everyone. What difference two people can have is the edge in how they read the data. So many things are there in options which goes unnoticed. So here we try to get those minute things into possible. From completely research domain, I have moved to completely development domain. So if you see whatever in the app, any suggestion, anything, any product you want to come out, feel free to drop me an email. So right person will be connect with me, share your ideas. If you think that we'll discuss it, if it feels good for the retail trader, definitely we'll add it up. So prior to Concept, I was in Motilal Oswal and HSBC Invest Direct, which has been a very good learning platform for me. I thank God for such a beautiful journey. So let's start today. So today's agenda would be first, we'll cover the top-down approach to the trade identification, which is the core part of anything. So what we need to look at the data to come up with the decision whether I need to buy or sell. Second is the choosing the initial trade. You need to do the top-down approach. find out which is the trade I want to select. Then third, most important, is the evolving the strategy on the market defined path. And the last is determining the terminal payoff. So to begin with, the top-down approach. So when we look at the fundamental analysis, we often do the top-down approach. Like we look at the sector and then we go on to the company specific ratios and then we take a decision. The same thing applies when we look into the derivative. Because if you look at today, the market segment is nearly 85 to 90% are driven by options. So, and you can say that nearly like a 97 to 98% is the derivative market, residual is the cash market. So one thing is very, very important to know is where is the demand and supply. So instrument where the demand and supply is the highest are the instruments which are governing it, are the instrument where the players have the entire psychology into play. So if you look at the market, it's not the number game, it's a psychology game. So psychology plays a very important part. So this demand and supply plays a very, very important part. So when you're taking any trade, you should have a holistic view to the trade. So that's where it's very important. It should not be a gut feeling ki aaj ye lagta hai, let's do this trade. Everything should be quantifiable, because when you not note it down, you know that, oh, I missed out this thing, I shouldn't have done that. If it's a gut feeling, then you cannot have any rescue. So in a top-down approach, first we dissect the sector trend. So understand whether the sector is a long built up, short built up, long unwinding, or short covering. So to give a background, so we don't have all the sectors trading into the derivative market. So if you look at, we only have like index wise, we only have Nifty, Bank Nifty, rest all are individual stocks. But we need to understand the sector, what is the trend going on. So we have created this customized sector. So the sector comprises of the instruments which are there in derivative in that sector. It is not the exchange driven sector. So let me put that caveat very clearly. So when I say media, it's only the stocks which are listed in the media segment in derivative market. It is not the media as an index which is there available. So we have created our own indices to understand the sectoral trend. Okay. So the first thing which we look out is whether the stock or whether the sector is into the long build up or short build up. So that gives us the first framework, how the participants are viewing the sector. So just a quick thing, when I talk of build up, most of you now knows it very well what the build ups mean. But a quick brief would be, when a price is up, OI is up, it is a long build up. When the price is down, OI is up, it is called the short build up. When the price is down, OI is down, it is called the long unwinding. And when the price is up but OI is down, it's called the short covering. So the screenshot is of 20th August. Now, so let's understand first which are the sectors which are seeing the long build ups. So first thing is like, okay, media, metal, power, reality. So you see that if the broader market is in one direction, that means that is the trend, right? Then comes the short build up. So now, very important to understand, like we should not get trapped to a 0.5% movement. So everything is not black and white. So it's like when I say 0.5% up, 0.5% down, it is a very minute thing. But when you see a consistent build up, that's where the major momentum is lying. So personally, I always look at the actual price movement and actual OI movement. For a build up to be consistent, I prefer to look at the OI gain of more than 2% at least. I ignore less than 2%, or if I see like consistently something is happening up, then it comes into the limelight. Okay. So if I have to crystal clear, on the long side, power was something there. Then reality was there, media was there. On the short side, if we have to figure out, So we were seeing NBFC was getting short. Yesterday, Bank Nifty was getting little short. So those were the packet. The rest was okay. Unwinding was nominal. So the first check comes is how is the sector behaving. Now, thereafter, I look at the historical trend of the sector. So just like the stock is there, find out the historical trend of the sector. So whether it is in the long, whether it's seeing more of shorts, whether it is seeing more of unwinding. So what is that the sector is looking at? So just taking an example, power. So last few days we are continuously seeing some sort of longs getting generated into it. So more of greens are there. So we love the colors. So that's where you always see that there are a lot of colors which are roaming around in the concept. So green is something which we denote the long thing. Red is something which we denote the short. Blue is long unwinding. Yellow is short curving. So we play around with the colors because that colors fill your life. So more of greens I see. So it shows that overall the power sector has been seeing a gradual built up in OI. Okay. So note this was 19th August. So this PPT has been made in last 2 days. Okay. So 19th, 20th, most of the screenshots were there. Some would be of today also. But we need to understand how the data is moving. Very important, whenever you take a trade, always have a data backing up. Never go with a rumor. Never ever go with a tip. Because once you have a data backing up, your confidence increases multifold. So have the data in front of you. So second level is, first I see how the build up is for the day, for the sector. Once I pick up the sector, then look at how the historically the sector has behaved. Is it more of green, more of red? How is it? Okay. Again, this entire price, this entire OI is what it has been calculated in-house. So you'll not find it on any of the exchange websites. So this we have calculated in-house part based on the stocks which are there in the derivative segment. So this is the way we look at how the derivative data of that particular stock is getting built up. Clear? Now comes the FMCG. So if you look at FMCG, July was the period where you had more of greens, but in August it was more of like either it was a short curving or it was a short. But we did not saw a fresh confidence of long getting built up. Okay. Now FMCG is a sector which has the highest number of stocks today. So if you look at the FMCG, there are a list of the stocks which are there in FMCG. So that is the theme which has been playing around. So now if you look at more so, the data is like it's more of red. Okay. Media. So media is governed, it's a very, you can say hardly 2 or 3 stocks are there. So definitely it would be skewed. So 1 or 2 stocks are either it's Z or either it's Sun TV, which is driving the OI, but still it gives you a holistic look. So at times we tend to ignore it, but definitely if you look at holistically, if you see that consistently more we are seeing longs are getting added up, it gives you an added advantage. So you know that how the broader market is thinking. Are we in sync with the broader market or no? So that's where we need to match up our mindset. So if you look at the data, very less OI. So what difference we see is that suddenly the OI itself has increased tremendously. So like what the OI of a sector was there for last 6 months, it is giving a breakout of that. Which direction is the color? It's like in green. That means more of a long build up. So that breakout which is happening in the OI is on the long side. So that is a good one.